My name is Michael Murphy, and most people in the travel video industry know me as Railaybay. I've been traveling around the world for the last 30 years, and 8 years ago I decided to start going out and documenting my travels. It has literally changed my life. Well, Trip Films is one of the websites that allows us as filmmakers to host our videos to share with you around the world. Well, they sent me and several other filmmakers a list of questions to answer to share some of the knowledge that we picked up on along the way, our experiences, and what it is that we love most about traveling. So I thought the best place for me to come and start answering these questions is to the first place I ever traveled to, here in New Zealand. It was here that I was inspired to start traveling and seeing the world. It was here that I realized that if the rest of the world was this nice and this beautiful, that I had to get out here and see it. New Zealand was the stepping stone that made me fall in love with traveling and inspired me to go see the world. Over the years, I've had several different careers. I've been a carpenter, I've been a fireman, I've been a mechanic, and I've been a filmmaker. All of these careers have really led to what I do today. I have now made it to where I get 4 or 5 assignments a year that take me around the world and allow me to film this. I get asked a lot about what it's like to return to places that I've visited in the past. And one of the best examples I can give you is here in Costa Rica. I've been coming here for many years, and one of the reasons I come back here is that no matter how touristy this place becomes, it still has that rawness that I seek as a traveler. Another place I can give an example of that is Railaybay in Thailand, and one of the reasons that I always return there is it is still the single most beautiful place that I know in the world. Another example for me is a place like Nepal. I've been there several times, and the reason I return to Nepal so much is that I love the spirituality that I feel in a place like Nepal. I learned a long time ago that change is inevitable. It is going to happen, so you have to learn to either accept it or not go back, and that choice is up to you. I think in the end, for me, my ability to tell stories and share my videos with people around the world has been my driving force. I enjoy making travel videos. It's basically what got me into this business. But in the end, I want to tell stories about the people and the places that I visit. And fortunately for me, I now have a camera and an editing system and the ability to tell these stories. So as I continue to travel around the world, I guess my filmmaking I want to take to that next level is to be able to share the personal part of my travels with people and not just how to get there, what to do, and what to see. I've always said when you travel somewhere and when you make a left and right and you get lost, that's when the true adventure starts. And those are the stories that I hope to be able to tell in the future. And it's one of the highlights as I travel around the world is that I love going around and seeing how the local people live. It's paramount to my travels to get away from the normal tourist areas and to get out and explore what like a place like here in Costa Rica is really all about. And for me, it's the people. So Nisa? Throughout all of my travels, I've spent a lot of time traveling on my own. And as much as it's rewarding to travel on your own, it allows you to meet new people and you're continuously moving. You don't have to think about anyone else. But now that I have a family, it's changed the way I travel. I have been all over the world with my wife, Robin, and my 10-year-old son has now been traveling everywhere with us. And I think the greatest joy I get now is traveling with my family. And it's the traveling that I'm trying to pass on to him, to give him the single greatest gift I know in the world. And that is this, it's to see the world. I've taken him now to 10 different countries. I've shown him things that most children his age have not seen, but he also has a tremendous respect and a tremendous understanding of what this world is about at 10 years old. And I believe he and his generation are our future. They're the travelers that are going to go out there and they are going to make a difference. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, what is my favorite travel memory? Well, that's probably the single hardest question for me to ever answer. And a prime way for me to explain that way is I'm here at Vic Falls. And it's those moments when I'm in these incredibly special places that I can't explain it on film, I can't explain it in writing. It's just something you feel here. And for me, this really is the very essence of what traveling is all about, is when you don't have plans, when you just go for it, and you are rewarded to be in incredible spots like this. I cannot pick one single moment as my defining best, all I can say is if I take the coalition of all of my experiences, all the places too I've traveled around the world, they have made me who I am today. So it's not just one moment, it's all the moments put together, and this is what traveling on is all about. Do I ever get sick of travel? Well, that's a really good question. I have to say the only time I really get sick of traveling is when you're in the airport, you're going through customs, the custom officer stops you, rips your bag apart, you're sitting there, and all you want to do is get to where you're going or get home. I learned a long time ago that when you're traveling, some of your worst moments will turn out to be some of your greatest stories. And because of those experiences, I can never be sick of traveling. It's who I am, it's what I do, it's what drives me, it's my passion. It's everything that I am is because of traveling. With that, my friends, I'll have to bid you farewell. Until we meet again on the road less traveled, as always, travel on.